after reviewing every single WWE game for Dreamcast, Genesis, PS1, PS2, Nintendo 64, NES, and Gamecube, and also reviewing the Legends of Wrestling trilogy, every version of WWF Warzone and WWF Attitude.
Excuse me, what did you just say?
I wanted to see if Xbox had anything worth playing. Well, turns out they only have 3 games, and only 2 are exclusive, while the first was released on PC as well. But given PC ports at the time, and also Windows 11, I'd rather deal with the Xbox version, so I can do yet another compilation as I slowly review every WWE game at this rate. Not exactly sure if I'll go through with it, but hey, you never know with this channel. I don't even know what I'm doing half of the time anymore.
You ain't lying.
So let's see if WWF Raw, which was developed by Anchor and published by THQ in the year 2002 exclusively for Xbox and PC, is any good or not.
Let's go.
Starting off with Create a Wrestler.
As of course is tradition.
We'll use the usual suspects for templates to see if the COD mode is any good. But first things first, this UI is just a mess to deal with. Seriously, can you understand what you're looking at?
No.
Exactly. It's just a mess to navigate and try to figure out what does what, where each thing is located. I couldn't figure out where the accessories were at first. Turns out it was hidden under the other appearance option. But then I noticed something about it at all. There's a lack of content. There's barely any outfit pieces, hairs, and also no accessories at all. Yep, you want a hat?
Too bad.
You want shades? What about a separate outfit for just your entrance?
Too bad.
Yeah, I couldn't give JD his shades. Barely any tattoos, which is tied to your outfit, so no shirt if you want tattoos. Lame. The tattoos are considered a shirt in this game? What the fuck? I couldn't alter the bodies either. So you want to make different sized wrestlers? Maybe you want to add queso to the game to crush people to death with the people's elbow, just like in Smackdown Shut Your Mouth? Well, I got news for you folks. 2 words.
Too bad.
Yeah, I couldn't make majority of people from my past WWE reviews. I couldn't make Queso, Angry Joe, AVGN, Scott the Waz, Wayne, and more. I really hated that, but what else can I expect from a game that came out well after these other WWE games came out and offered more, especially on PS2. Just pathetic. There's no excuse for having such a lackluster COD mode. But it gets worse, folks. It truly does.
Nice. How much worse can things get around here?
Well, let's start with the fact you only have 3 skin tones: white, black, and black. Then, you cannot alter the eyes or faces at all outside of which texture they will use, which is just a photo smeared onto the model like it's something from the Nintendo 64. Oh, but to put the cherry on top, what about putting outfits on people 1 piece at a time?
Excuse me, what?
Yep, you want a shirt, you need to select torso part, the texture and color, then go to each arm individually and select the upper arm piece, the lower arm piece, and the hand piece. For each arm separately in their own menus. Yeah, that means if I want to give Charlie a white shirt, I have to give him a white shirt torso, make sure that the texture's right, choose the right color, Go to left arm, choose the upper left arm shirt, make sure it's white, then choose the lower arm shirt piece, and then change the hand texture as well for both arms. Talk about tedious and unintuitive. This also applies to pants. You want anything like shoes or pants, then you need to alter each part individually. Why? Why is it like this? This is just ass. And not the good kind of ass either. It's clunky and time consuming. Just let me pick a fucking preset piece that give me the option to choose the color and shit. Seriously, why can't I just choose blue jeans and a t-shirt and then choose their fucking colors? Christ, this drags CAW mode on forever. Much like this review.
Oh, Christ!
So when you do eventually finish up your CAW, which takes roughly 30 minutes just to put their outfit together, and all their other parts, it's time to move on to the entrance, which sadly requires you to manually adjust every little fucking thing. And I'm not kidding either. You have to choose each light, their color, the sequence, the camera, the arena lighting, the video on screen, each portion of the entrance. Yeah, it's all a load of bullshit. So you may think, just use the classic entrance presets, right? Just give Charlie Triple H's entrance. Well, you can, but only a select few unique entrances are available for some reason. You can't just use anything, and that in turn limits you and makes things inconvenient. What a terrible setup.
You can be my baker.
On the way to the ring, the cockroach.
What a dick.
But don't go thinking it's just entrances that are a pain to set up. Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know where this is going, don't ya? Yep, you can't use unique movesets at all in this game. Turns out it wasn't just Ukes doing this back in the day. It's an everyone thing. You have to choose each individual move for each button, which can take upwards of an hour to set up all things on top of making your call in their respective entrance.
I wish you would go fuck yourself if you said that!
Yeah, thankfully there's a small itty bitty list of preset options, just like those Ukes games. These are the grappler, powerhouse, standard, hardcore, etc. options. Honestly, this in turn means everyone will eventually look the same, have the same entrances, and the same movesets unless you want to spend an hour a piece making everyone more unique. Well, outside of appearance due to the lack of hairs, faces, facial hair options, and general lack of accessories. Yeah, let's move on already.
Jesus Christ! Finally!
On to the combat, where we'll start off with the roster as per usual.
As one does.
Sadly, right away you'll notice that this is the time where WWE was struggling with any talent. What a mediocre roster of nobodies, and some memorable talent. Yet not enough, sadly, as you'll only be playing with the likes of Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker. Sadly, this is when he was the badass biker cliche, the low point of his career. Kane, Triple H, Rikishi, Edge, the Hardy Boys, and Lita. Most of the rest I could care less for, and the roster would be better if they just got rid of them, including the McMahons.
Boo!
So as you can see on screen, get rid of these people, and the roster will be a million times better. And in fact, you can replace these ones with Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, The Ultimate Warrior, Shawn Michaels, Mark Henry, or even Chyna instead, and the roster would be greatly improved. Overall, just nothing special, and I fear the other two WWE games on Xbox because of this mediocrity. Alright, onto the combat and stuff. When it comes to how the game controls, it's actually pretty good for the most part. You use the left analog stick to run around. If you even slightly move it in any direction, you just take off like a road runner. Instead, you gotta use the D-pad to be more precise and slow. I'm not a fan of that clunkiness and preferred a run button, so I could combine running with an attack/grapple. To a lot of clunky combat for me, it made the game overall less enjoyable at times. To attack, use the X button, and the A button is your grapple. B is to grab object, climb up corner ropes, and to exit and enter the ring. Y will block, and the triggers alter your lock on target, and even to toggle it off, I guess. Overall, an okay layout once you get used to it. As for the combat itself, well, I'd call it passable at best. It's nothing special, as you'll just spam the same few moves over and over and over and over and over again, watching the same body slams and punches and kicks and headbutts over and over and over and over and over again, with barely anyone ever pulling off any special moves. So I thought, wait, where's the choke slams, tombstones, people's elbow?
That's what I want to know.
Well, turns out, you need to build up the meter at the bottom enough and wait for the tiny square below your character to begin flashing on your stamina bar. Yeah, there's a stamina system, by the way, which really slows down the game. With that, you must daze your opponent first, and which is very hard to pull off, and even if you do daze your opponent, it lasts for such a short few seconds, making it even more difficult to pull off your special move. But once you do, you press the A button and then quickly press A and B quickly together and hope that it registers your finisher.
Bullshit!
Yeah, it's clunky as fuck, and I never got this to work because of it. Even the AI never pulled off their special moves. But hey, at least I'm not wiggling the analog stick side to side just to get up. But then again, the Xbox controller isn't as bad with its analog sticks compared to the Gamecube, where your hand will literally begin to bleed after a single match. One neat thing about this game is it features an interference system, for not only during matches, but also when the other players enter the ring. You can interrupt their entrances to begin the match early. I love this concept and wish it was in Yuke's games, but I never noticed it there, so Xbox has something unique going for it. Plus, what's more funny than watching Asmongold brutalize a furry?
You already cooked, bro. Like, that's it.
When it comes to the modes, you got Exhibition, Title Match, and King of the Ring. So under Exhibition, we can set up a match how we want, using various match types like one-on-one, tag team, tornado tag team, fatal 4-way, battle royale, 2-on-1 handicap, and 3-on-1 handicap matches. Yep, no Royal Rumble or Hardcore, or anything like Cage, Hell in a Cell, Backstage Brawl, Casket Inferno, or Buried Alive match for some reason.
Boring!
To which you'd be right, as every match plays exactly the same in this game, with no other arenas to fight in outside of frickin' Raw, and a general lack of interaction with the ring. You can't even use other weapons, just tables if you enable hardcore rules when setting up a game. Which at that point, why even include it at all?
Orville agrees.
As for setting up a match, it's pretty straightforward until you get to choosing wrestlers. Why are the controls backwards? Up is down and down is up. Plus a lot of wrestlers are locked. I'm not doing certain objectives in certain modes just to unlock Maven or some other lame-ass wrestler no one wants to remember.
True that.
Now that's
True
true,
that.
Granddad.
Also, pretty shitty character selection screen overall. It should be the fighter screen from WrestleMania X8 and XIX instead. Okay, so what about title match? Well, it turns out it's just where you compete to win the championship belt of whatever it is, like women's, hardcore, tag team, world heavyweight, etc. So I have no interest in that one, and we'll move on to King of the Ring instead.
So thank God that's over. It's over, right?
King of the Ring
Ah, boy, here we go.
lets you set up whatever kind of match type you want, like one-on-one, tag team, fatal four-way, etc. After that, you get a clunky UI that takes a minute to understand. That's a tourney tree. Just threw me off for a second as all due to its setup. Then you pick who you want to fight and then either watch the match with CPUs or play in a match. Even if the guy you played as lost, you can just keep playing as whoever you want. Which I guess is neat, but I'd rather just watch the AI fight. For some reason the AI is more aggressive when the player isn't controlling anyone. Also, the camera angles would actually work too. That's how I got so many great shots for this video, especially the intro. Why is that WWF Raw? Why is it when players aren't involved, the camera doesn't... When players are involved, the camera doesn't do anything? Why is that? But when I'm not playing, the camera is doing all types of cool shots and replay screens and everything, and the AI is more aggressive and the action is more fast-paced. And why is the game like that? Oh well, I just watched a few fights and Matt Hardy won. Yay. Also, something I should point out is that only in King of the Ring does a victory scene play. Yeah, in Exhibition, the camera just spins around non-stop for a few seconds while everyone pouts that they lost but the winner. Meanwhile, in King of the Ring, you get the classic victory sing with the crowd, different camera shots, and all that jazz. What kind of design logic is that? Onto the other section where we'll talk about the MISC stuff and technical stuff, starting off with the horrible long boot time. Seriously. Look at this. You can't skip it at all. You must play. It must play in order for you to get to the title screen. Now, how long do you think this boot time will be? 30 seconds? 15 seconds? Nope. It's well over 1 minute long till you can actually begin playing the game. Not a single button will skip all these logos, trademarks, and disclaimers. Fucking hell.
What?
Another issue is the fact the UI is just god-awful. What a disastrous style, to say the least. Things get very clunky and confusing to set up, especially in Create a Wrestler mode. You can easily delete all your progress and even miss entire sections. You need to get into to fully create a wrestler. But above all else, when setting up a game, you got backwards controls. Why is it that you press down, you go up, and you press up, you go down when selecting a wrestler? Also, why is the wrestler selection screen so terrible? It should be more like WrestleMania X8 and XIX for Gamecube.
Indeed.
With a fighter select screen format, it's easier to find who you want and quickly navigate versus whatever this terrible list is. Again, too, why are the controls backwards? I keep messing up trying to select something because things are reversed. Just can't stand this UI altogether. Keep it simple, folks. You can have some style, But don't go, my UI is unique, art and revolutionarily creative type of bullshit. At least I'm not trying to understand what the potted plant means in the door or a computer and a sofa or a trophy case is supposed to be. Yeah, sometimes UI can be total bullshit in older video games.
Yeah, he's right.
Seriously, what is with this game and its flashing lights? There's no excuse for this. It's near bearable to watch and play this game. Tone that shit down, damn it. I'm not susceptible to seizures from them, but they do get annoying and give me a headache, which in turn pisses me the fuck off even more, and that will be counted against this game.
About time we do something about this matter.
And with all that said, we're now down to only 2 more games for the Xbox, those being Raw 2 and WrestleMania 21. I have no hopes for Raw 2, but I expect more from WrestleMania 21, since it appears to be its own game. If it can be on par with XIX, then it may just be a decent game. Only time will tell. For now, let's wrap this shit up.
Thank God. Oh, thank you, Lord.
At the end of the day, WWF Raw for Xbox is a mediocre game I can barely recommend. It's just so clunky, lackluster, restrictive, and repetitive to play. Plus the long boot times, every time you start up the game doesn't help. I'll give it, outside of the boot time, it's fast with loading and usually gets straight into the action without much issue. In fact, it's so fast that after everyone plays their respective entrance, the match just begins and throws you off. Honestly, I wasn't expecting much for a first entry. I just wanted something that controlled good, played good, had a good amount of content, and a great create a wrestler mode. But sadly, that was not the case. It was a low blow, mediocre time. Eventually, we'll look at every WWF game for Game Gear, Saturn, Super Nintendo, Commodore 64, and PSP, and also Xbox.
Good lord!
Till then, however, that's it for this video, and for 2025. I wish I was more active this year, but the burnouts and lack of a drive really got in the way compared to 2024. I just didn't really put that much content out. Yet in turn, I do however feel like my videos have gotten better in comparison to last year's by focusing more on each individual video. In a few years of experience under my belt, things have indeed gotten better, and I'm eager to see where we'll be by the end of 2026. So yeah, sorry, but I just can't keep going right now and need a breather. So, goodbye for now. Oh, and enjoy 31 compilations scattered throughout November and December to hold you guys over till I come back, if even.
Holy shit!